Good evening, everyone. Oh, we can do better than that. I'm going to say it again. Good evening, everyone. Yes, this is a night that we're going to celebrate. It's an awesome night. It is a night of victory. I'm so glad to see you with your bright, smiling faces. You are our future. Father, board, faculty, parents, and graduates. What a night it is going to be. I think I want to start with a verse from the Bible, 2 Chronicles 7:14. And those of you who know it know that it says, "If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and heal their land." And, for a long time, the Lord was talking to me about that verse, and I just wasn't figuring out. Everywhere I went, I saw that verse. I heard that verse. And then I thought, well, wait a minute. Who was he talking to? And then I realized he was talking to Solomon, the king, a political leader. He was talking to the politician. Now, isn't that interesting? Why would he be talking about healing the land to the politician? Shouldn't he be going to the priest and telling them, go tell the people I said? No, he went to the political leader because as the politician goes, so goes the nation. And then I looked at the verses before it. For example, why did he say, and I want to read it here. Why did he say, when I shut up heaven and there is no rain, or command the locusts to devour the land, or send pestilence among my people, then if my people, where did he get those qualifications? And then I realized it was because Solomon had prayed to the Lord. The politician had prayed to the Lord for the success of his people, for the success of the land. And what were they doing? They were, listen to this, they were consecrating the temple. The politician was celebrating the consecration of the temple to the Lord. That his father, the other politician, had bought the land and got the materials for. So you start to figure out God is interested in politics, apparently. And so the idea then, it seems to me, is that we must choose our politicians wisely. Because if this country is to survive, then it is up to me, not the person, graduates, to your left or right. And I want you to repeat after me. When I say why, it's because I am the future. So why is it up to your country to survive? Why is it up to you? It is because I am the future. You've probably heard about the four people. These four people have a certain name. Everybody, somebody, anybody, and nobody. You've probably heard about them. This is what we know. This is the story. There was an important job to do, and everybody was sure that somebody would do it. Anybody could have done it, but nobody did it. Somebody got angry. Somebody got angry about that because it was everybody's job. Everybody thought that anybody could do it, but nobody realized that everybody wouldn't do it. Well, it ended up that everybody blamed somebody when nobody did what anybody could have done. So, again, I say to you, if our country is to survive, then I want you to ask why. It must be up to me because I am the future. Oh, you've got to say that. So say it with me. I am the future. That's who you are. You are our future. There were 56 signers of the Declaration of Independence. They were imperfect men, absolutely. I want to read to you some of the things about them. They fought and died, of course, in the American Revolution. 4 of the 56 signers lost their sons in the Continental Army, or their sons were captured. At least 12 of them had their homes looted and destroyed. One of them, he was thrown in jail, almost starved to death. When he was finally released, he went to his home. It had been looted and burned. So much of that has happened. And so what we find out is that, yes, these men were imperfect, but they were looking towards the future. And so imperfect men sounds common. Why? Because Moses was a murderer. David was a murderer. Paul was at least an accessory to murders. And yet God used them anyway. So, if this country is to survive, it is up to me, not the person to my right or to my left. Why? Because I am the future. You are the future. I have this little book with me, and I love it. It's called Abraham Lincoln's Wisdom and Wit. And I want to read you somebody else who realized he was also the future. It's the Gettysburg Address, 1863. This is how it starts. You all know it. 87 years ago, our fathers brought forth upon this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. Well, folks, here we are. We're enduring. She has endured. America has endured. Has she been all she's supposed to be? Mm-mm. But here we are. We're helping her to become. You know, we have a saying in church, and it's this: I may not be what I'm supposed to be, but I ain't what I used to be. And that's America. She's getting there. You are our future. I want to talk about another president. Right before, well, a year after he made his inaugural address, John F. Kennedy, this is what he said. And this pertains actually to you. He said, the torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans born in this century. Back then, it was the 19th century. You're the century. And that century, of course, was tempered by war, disciplined by a hard and bitter peace, proud of an ancient heritage, and an unwillingness to witness or permit the slow undoing of those human rights to which this nation has always been committed and to which we are committed today. We could say those words now. You are our future. I also want to talk about somebody that you would more than likely know. Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa, she had a cup, and she would take that around when she was in India trying to start her orphanage. And I heard the story of when she would knock on a door, this particular door, she held out her cup, and the person opened the door and spat in her face. And as she wiped it off her face, wiped the spit off her face, she said, that one was to keep me humble, but the children still need an orphanage. She got her money, and as you know, she built the orphanage. Because if it is up to you, it must happen. Why? Because I am the future. So I want to say this. 100 years after the Gettysburg Address, my father was welcomed into this country. He thought America would be the opportunity for him to make a second chance at his life. He only came with $1.75. $1.75. And so he took any job he could find, put himself through school with that money, and now he's comfortably retired. But then he brought me. And remember, he came at the height of the civil rights movement, just 17 days before Martin Luther King Jr. gave his I Have a Dream speech. And so what I say to you is, he was the future, I was the future, you are the future. We will overcome. We will continue together. We will not burn our house down. There is no other country like America. So, if you are to preserve this country, it is up to you. You have a part to play in that. If you see someone hungry, you must feed them because you are the future. If someone needs to be protected, whether from drugs, internet bullies, a terrible boss, then you must help them because you are the future. If someone is needful of correction, even if it costs you their friendship, you must bring them to task because you are our future. If someone is in despair and thinks no one cares, wants to end it all, and that someone is you, get help quickly. We need you. We want you here. You are our future. If someone is to be forgiven, forgive them quickly because you are our future. Remember those words and say them with me one last time. I am the future. Say it with me. I am the future. Say it again. I am the future. One more time. I am the future. That's right. So, graduates, onward. No looking back. We learn from back there, but we go forward. We go forward. My grandmother grew up in the horse and buggy days. She went from horse and buggy all the way to seeing a man on the moon. So, what about you? What great things are you going to see in the span of your life? What great things are you going to do in the span of your life? Well, we'll see, won't we? Remember, though, whatever it is, you are our future. You must take your place in that future. There is a part for you to play. And so I'm so glad that I was part of your future. God bless you, and God bless our country. Thank you.